Alright, so in today's episode, we're going to be doing something that's completely overdone by every car channel in the world. We're going to be doing a Plasti Dip episode. If you don't know what Plasti Dip is, it's a spray paint that you can spray on, and if you do a thick enough coat, it peels just right off. If you missed it, then it's kind of a pain, but it will still come off. It's a temporary paint. At least that's what car guys use it for. I'm sure it has other actual like applications, but that's what car guys use it for. It's just temporary paint jobs. So I disagree in painting an entire car with Plasti Dip. I think it's kind of ridiculous because if I paint my car and if I spend typically about 400 bucks for the kit to paint the car, which is a lot cheaper than automotive paint, but it's temporary and it's kind of like if you have to peel it off and redo it, it's a pain. And it's just, if I'm going to paint a car, I'm going to paint it with permanent automotive paint and try to keep that paint job nice for a very long time. So I'm not for painting an entire car with Plasti Dip. I'm also not for painting rims with Plasti Dip unless you're just trying to get a feel of what the car would look like with that paint on the rims. But because rims are like on the road, getting pebbles thrown at them and stuff like that, I just don't think that that's the ideal application for Plasti Dip. However, I've never messed around with Plasti Dip and I wanted to give it a shot. So I took my Scion and I was looking at it and I was like, I'm going to get a little bit creative with Plasti Dip. I'm going to use it in a different way than everybody else does. So what we're doing right now is I feel like the Scion could have had a lot better looking front end if they would have left the centerpiece in between the two bottom grills black and kind of brought that down to the front lip to make that all black. The other thing is I kind of like the aggressive, more aggressive headlights. So I'm actually going to be Plasti Dipping black angry eyes onto the headlights, and I'm not really taking too much time masking it off because with Plasti Dip you could just remove it pretty easily, so I'm not too stressed about it. But I am doing a little bit of a masking job just to save me some headache in the future. So we're doing that, and I'm just going to spray paint it with Plasti Dip and let it dry, and that's going to be that. Plasti Dip is super easy. You guys have seen it like 1,000 times before. The main purpose of this video was to just show you that you can do something different with Plasti Dip. If you see a body line on your car that you want to like kind of make it stick out and pop and kind of give it a whole new look, that's what Plasti Dip is for. That's what you should be using it for. It's like a temporary, just see if I like it, and then honestly, I like the way that the front bumper turned out so much that I would just strip off or like sand it down and put on black automotive paint right there to make it look a lot better. But that would be way in the future because I just don't have the time to be messing around with that right now. I have a lot of other stuff going on. As for the headlights, I didn't like the way they turned out so much, but luckily, since it's Plasti Dip, I just peel it off and try again. So until I get the shape that I want, and then once I get the shape that I want, if I want to leave it that way, all I have to do is just peel it off and then do a more permanent solution like actual headlight paint, or maybe even like an actual vinyl like wrap type of thing to it. Or I could just leave it Plasti Dip because who cares? I mean, it still works just fine. With the headlights, it might get a little bit of damage from the road and stuff, and you might have to redo it eventually, but it's right there at the front of the car. It's not too difficult of a spot to get to. And that's basically it. That's all I really have to talk about. I mean, Plasti Dip is so easy, and if you want to learn how to do Plasti Dip right, I mean, there's 1,000 videos out there on YouTube that'll show you how to do it the proper way, the better way, you know, all that stuff. This is just showing you that Plasti Dip, I don't believe is a permanent solution for a paint job or for painting rims or anything like that. But I do think it has great purposes on cars other than those two things, as in like giving you a temporary two-tone to see if you like your hood being a different color or if you like your roof being a different color, and then peeling it off and doing the more permanent solution like I'm doing here. I'm just seeing if I like the way the car looks with this painted or if I think it's a little bit too much and it kills it. You know, I'm just giving it a shot and seeing what I like, and then if I like it, I could peel it off, do it more permanent, or I could just leave it until it comes off eventually, or I could just take it off and have my car be back to the way it was. So Plasti Dip is great in those aspects, but you gotta just get more creative with it. Do something different from everybody else and kind of, you know, make your car stand out and be a little bit different from every other white Scion out there. Alright guys, so that's the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was a short one, but I didn't want to make a super long Plasti Dip video just because I'm sick of seeing them. But I think since everybody's doing the same thing, I wanted to get this video out to make you guys think a little bit differently about Plasti Dip, so you guys can understand that it's a cool thing, you just got to use it a little bit differently than everybody else. You can get super creative with it and do crazy things with it if you really put your mind to it. So if you guys like that and you guys are thinking about doing something creative with Plasti Dip, please link it to me on either Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. All my links are down below. I do have a Facebook fan page now, so go ahead and like that. That is where you're going to see all the upcoming things I'm thinking about doing, like merchandise and other videos. You'll get sneak previews, stuff like that. So go ahead and like that. Also follow me on Instagram, because if you did, you already saw the teaser photo of this video, and you're going to see future teaser photos, and so you know what I'm working on. You can follow me on Twitter. I don't really use Twitter too much right now, but if I get enough followers, I might start using it more. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was quick, but I do have longer videos coming out that I'm also filming right now today, so they'll be out soon. All right, later.